Dear viewers, I greet you all with love and respect. Today, I'm with the most traveled vegetarian who has made a significant contribution to Turkish livestock. He knows large livestock very well, small livestock very well, and he knows poultry very well too. Feeding and knows diseases too. That is the truth. He has enough experience to work all over Africa. Extensive, knowledgeable. His name is Serdar Sızmaz. Welcome, Serdar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We don't have much time, but I know you have traveled a lot. This is your first time on this channel. Let's go to know you a bit. What have you done so far? What are you currently doing? Then we can move to Turkish livestock. And from there, let's go to Africa.
Thank you very much. First of all, it's truly an honor and a joy for me to be here with you. I mean, to work with someone who has contributed so much to livestock farming in Turkey, to the development of livestock farming in Turkey, in terms of journalism, television, and the programs of livestock farming in Turkey. I am really happy to be doing another program together with someone who has put in so much effort. My name is Serdar Sızmaz, and I'm a vegetarian. I graduated from Ankara University, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine in 2006. After graduating, I started my first job in feeding industry. This animal nutrition work found me there. Later, I reinformed it academically by pursuing a doctorate in animal nutrition and nutrition diseases. Since that day, I have been traveling. I've been traveling throughout Turkey, focusing on cattle and sheep farming, as you mentioned. When I talk about animal nutrition, people are actually surprised. They ask me, "What do you do?" I say, "You go to a dietitian, right?" I'm essentially a dietitian for animals, but our goals here is quite the opposite. Unlike human beings, we don't aim to make them lose weight. Our aim is to help them gain weight and increase their productivity in dairy farming. We ensure they produce efficiently so that they can make money in beef cattle farming. We ensure they raise them efficiently so that they can make money. Of course, it's not just about nutrition. Along with feeding, as you mentioned, if we apply veterinary medicine and ensure healthy nutrition, animals don't get sick. There's also a factor here. Secondly, we have what we call the health management. If you feed the right animal in the right way, you can also manage the health correctly. When contributed with properly feeding, it translates into money in people's pockets. Our aim is to actually make breeding profitable. It has been about 20 years.
That's very interesting. You have been traveling for 18 years. Every day you are traveling. Is there any difference between the number of animals in family business when you first entered this sector and now?
There is a very big difference. Speaking in terms of livestock in Turkey, when I entered primarily, there were family type businesses with 3 or 4 animals. And I will give you a statistical figure. At that time, there was only 40 businesses in all of Turkey with a mix of feeding system and a fixed milk harrow having 200 or more milking cows. Just 40 of them. Only 40. At the point we have now, there are at least 3,000 to 4,000 of those model businesses. Sadly, I must say, those with 3 or 4 or 5 cows are nearly at the end of the rope. However, among those family type businesses, those that do their job correctly and those who have been able to pass their businesses on to the second or third generation with solid infrastructures, are continuing to grow.
With the pandemic, there was general crisis in the world and in Turkey. In Turkey, it was felt more in the livestock sector. But you said recently on social media platform İşkembe TV, there is money in milk. Do you still believe that? Can people in Turkey make money from milk also? You might not know, but people in Africa also benefit from milk or animals. Is there a possibility for them to make money?
Let's talk about Turkey, Africa, and Europe without considering any continent. I'm not a financier, but I know how financiers look at situations because I use it in my presentation when you buy a house. If the rental income from a house covers its price 15 years, it's very profitable. When you buy a shop, if the rent of the shop covers its price in 10 years, it's very profitable. When you open a shopping center, if it covers its cost in 4 years, it's very profitable. In this business, restaurant chain make the money. If they profit in 2 years, it's very profitable. Now let's talk about livestock. Let's talk about sheep farming. We have one female sheep, then a lamb cross after. In 1 year, we double our investment. Cow give birth at 2 year old. If it has a female calf, it recoup and it costs in 2 years. In fact, there is no other business as profitable as livestock within all of these models, as long as it's done correctly. Do your job properly. Be present in your business. Doing the job correctly and being present means understanding the language of the animals, understanding their language and knowing what they want to express to you. You cannot afford to fail in this business.
In the world, especially in Africa, the videos we receive may or may not reflect the truth, but they are requesting help. However, the geography of entire Africa continent is much more beautiful than Turkey and Europe. What do you think? The viewers in Africa, what should they do? What steps should they take to make money from animals, from cows and sheep? Or let me put it this way, generally speaking, if the people of Africa detect themselves to agriculture and livestock, can they find a way out?
Look, if you allow me, I want to answer this with the example of Turkey. When I was a student and in my early years, they would show us examples from Europe and say that Europe did this and that and that. The businesses in Europe were different from what I just mentioned, where 3 or 4 or 5 animals have turned into 40, 50. And in these businesses that are directly comparable, they will say this: in Turkey, agriculture is done because livestock is done. But in Europe, livestock farming is done because agriculture is done. What is the difference? In one, you are receiving much more value added, much more expensive animal protein instead of cheaper plant-based protein. In other words, you are producing cheaper plant-based protein, feeding it to animals, and this returns to you as added value and profit. If you sell a corn for 10 lira, you sell a meat for 300 lira. If you look at it in euro, you sell corn for $1 and you sell the meat for $10. So what's important here is to convert plant production into animal production and sell it to a higher profit. That's why this is valid all over the world. I believe it will be valid in Africa as well. There will be agriculture aimed at animals there. With that agriculture, in order for the animals to be properly fed, plants will be grown and those plants will be bought together with the animals in the most efficient way. They will be fed. The income derived from the animals obtained will also be higher, but being handed on with this work and doing it with the appropriate tools and equipment is crucial to do livestock farming appropriately.
In the African region is something that our friends they needs to consider when they think about how to do this. I see that they have plenty of grazing land with plenty of grazing lands, but the grasses aren't very diverse. I think there are perhaps only one, two, or three types of grass that the animals eat in the pasture. When the animals eat the same grass, I suspect their nutrition, meaning their milk, meat, and reproduction, is also random. I anticipate that as well. I predict as an animal dietitian, especially for animals grazing in the pasture without fixed enclosed area, the feed additives we call premixes, whether in powder or gel form, and licked packets. These type of products can facilitate easier, more efficient, and more profitable animal husbandry. It's possible. I'm speaking for Africa.
It certainly can be. This is how it is. From what you have described, I immediately understand what is in the pastures. Green is grown, and a single type of feed is being practiced. Animal nutrition and human nutrition are very similar. Ultimately, both human and animals have common needs for energy and protein, and the complementary elements like vitamins and minerals. You know what comes from the pasture, for example, energy rich feed is produced. Along with that, if we provide protein and then withdraw that energy could either lead the animals to metabolic disorder as excess energy, or it may not reflect in productivity because it lacks the co- corresponding amount of protein and vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. It will not show in productivity. First, the animal energy needs, protein needs, and to metabolize these, the needs for vitamins and minerals. Then we need to identify which nutrients we provide naturally. What we will do is find the differences, and for the amount of difference, you can either give it to the pastures, or if the livestock model brings it home, you can give it inside the barns when it's arrived. However, once you address that deficiency, this cannot be a situation where it doesn't reflect in productivity.
In Turkey, from what you have seen, is investment in livestock increasing? Who is coming?
In the last few years, of course, due to the country's economic situation, there have been a slowdown. However, in the years of prior to that, there was a significant investment, and interestingly, people who have no experience in livestock were making their investment. For a period, many foreign investors came, especially from their regions like the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait. A lot of investors came from those places, but domestic investors who did not know livestock saw that in livestock, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you have one animal, there is no reason for you not to have two animals in a year. They realized this and decided to make their investment. And I predict that this will continue to happen, especially as the economic situation in the country improves. Livestock will attract new investors.
If we need to ask about Turkey again, recently the youth, those who graduate from high school, those who are at university age or have graduated, do they have any interest in livestock or agriculture? Or conversely, is there an escape from it?
Sadly, I have to say that nowadays, escape is the case. The new generation does not want to do this job much. Out of 100 people, only 5, a 5% portion, wants to do their father's or grandfather's work. In terms of new investors, is zero. In terms of family inheritance is 5%. But of course, as efficiency increase and profits rise, in the place where livestock is raised, as socialization opportunities increase, this generation will grasp this job and will return to it. I think they will have an interest in livestock as much as in the past because these jobs are related to profit. If you earn enough, if you are making a profit, you can provide. The desired social opportunities where your business is located. I know businesses that are currently 100 kilometers away from the city center, but they are earning good money. This guy says, it's not a problem. I earned my money here. If necessary, I can take a month of vacation abroad once a year.
Actually, the models around the world have been like this because we are in vacation mood every day. I think the audience in Africa is moving towards this model that is intense work and success. After that, it is either traveling the world or vacationing or traveling for knowledge purposes. I assume like that. I guess. I didn't want to keep it too long since we have very little time. Thank you very much, Mr. Sardar. I really appreciate it. From now on, if we receive any question or request, can you come back here again and share your knowledge with us?
Yes, I would always be very happy to be with you.
Thank you very much. Dear viewers, we spoke with Dr. Serdar Sızmaz. I kept it short since it was the first time, but wherever are you watching from and whatever topics you are curious about, please write to us at the WhatsApp number shown below, either in written, voice, or video format. Please let us know. We will also find the guests and topics you need, whether from Turkey or from any region in Africa. Let's find and discuss that topic. Thank you. See you again. Goodbye.